Meet Mr. John Williams. John was born in New York, however, at a young age he moved to California, where his dad was a professional drummer. At the age of 7, he began learning the piano and had the dream of becoming a jazz pianist. In high school, he started in a band where they became very popular throughout the Los Angeles area, and later on, after high school, he went to UCLA until he was drafted into the Air Force. When he was released from the Air Force, however, he went to Juilliard School of Music, and there he studied under a pianist in hopes of being a jazz pianist. This dream continued in college until he realized that he was never going to be a great pianist like Van Cliburn, and so he moved on to film score music, thankfully. Upon graduation from Juilliard, he moved back to the LA area. He eventually got married, and his wife, Barbara, and he had 3 kids until she died. A few years after her death, he remarried, and he lives with his current wife, Samantha, in the LA area. It was announced this year that John will compose for one more film, the new Star Wars. After this, though, he will not continue to compose for film. As well, he has donated all of his scores and music he has composed throughout the years to Juilliard School of Music for others to study. John Williams' era of music is the film score. He has contributed so many themes that almost every recognizable theme is from John Williams. As well, his music is still being used to teach in classrooms today. For example, when a music student is learning to identify their intervals by their ear, you can turn to John Williams' music to do so. If you need to learn your perfect fourths, the Harry Potter opening theme for Hedwig's theme is a perfect fourth. The perfect fifth is the Star Wars theme, and the most famous minor second is Jaws. His music is still being used to teach in orchestration classes, and furthermore, it is used to teach students how to create a well-balanced melody. John Williams' music is probably the most recognizable music of all film music. Almost every person knows Star Wars, Harry Potter, Jaws, and movies such as the Superman series, Home Alone, Fiddler on the Roof, and countless others. Film score composers turn to him when they need to figure out how to have a well-balanced melody or to work a scene. Even if they don't directly consult him, they turn to his movies to see what he has done. He is still known as the maestro of today's music for his ability to use polyphonic music and his orchestrations. It could be said that at one point in film music history, there was the John Williams era. That era came to a close not too long ago and moved into the Hans Zimmer era, where we currently are in film music. However, John Williams' influence is still seen in this era. He is almost like the Beethoven of his time. When listening to other film score composers talk about John Williams, they don't refer to him as John Williams, they typically refer to him as the maestro of film music. His compositions are being premiered worldwide as classical music, and as such, is probably the biggest reason for why film music is now being considered classical music. Large classical music stations, such as Classical 89, now feature sections where film music is featured. As well, these stations help other people understand how film music works. Furthermore, his music has led to the inspiration of multiple people worldwide being drawn into the music career and working to do their best in this field. While he doesn't perform, he is still hard at work. He still is composing and giving his music to Juilliard, and as well, he mentors several other film score composers that work on his films, such as John Powell, who composed this most recent solo film. Sadly, we will only have one more film with John Williams composing. However, he will always be remembered for what he has contributed to the Film Music Society and to music in general.